Well, that was quick, wasn't it? I'm back. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Beyond the Veil with Adina. If you were just on my previous live, I literally ended it for about 3 minutes and then came back to you guys. It was a false alarm. So I'm going to wait for you guys to come on back because we didn't have to end the Let's Chat if I didn't have a potential engagement, and I don't. So I can take a couple of more let's chats if you guys like. She wasn't treating, sissy. She was not treating, so I am not going. Yes, we're back because I called her and I said, as soon as she said hello, I said, "You treating?" And she got quiet. And she was like, "What?" I said, "Are you treating?" And she just started giggling and she was like, I mean, no. I said, then bitch, don't you never text me and invite me nowhere when you're not planning on treating me. No, girl, no. I cooked 2 nights in a row. I got food at the house, drinks at the house. So I'm not spending no money unless you're spending it for me. No. So here I am. ASAP keep talking about Drake. Um, okay. In my opinion, ASAP is promoting his work. He's got music out. I don't think he means no harm. I think it's harmless. I do. I think it's harmless. I don't think there's anything nefarious behind that with him and Drake because he know Drake is already neutralized. And so he can just poke on him right now to help him promote whatever he's doing because he hasn't released music in a long time, right? So a little harmless promotion by somebody who's neutralized, it never hurts. Especially if that person, when they was on their high horse, was able to take jabs at you and your girl. So, I think it's harmless. I think he's just kicking him while he's down because it's easy and it draws attention. Get you guys going. Get you guys listening. Are you guys going to be watching anything with Nene on Bravo? I heard Massaletta come back in the house after she licked his boots clean. Do you guys care about that? And Nene going back to Bravo? For Nene to be so popular with the Black people, I've never understood how the Black community does not understand, how cannot associate or cannot see how much she praises white power. And I associate that with her backwoods of Georgia upbringing because the way she used to stand for Kim when Kim used to treat her like her accessory and then overlook her obvious expressions of inherited prejudice from that good old southern Georgia woods and red clay, and then came out and said Andy and them was the devil. They was the devil on coke. They was on cocaine, meth, shrooms, Molly, all the things, Percocets, you name it, formaldehyde, embalming fluid, all of the things that she allegedly said they was on. And she said they is the KKK. She said that's what they do over there. They treat Black people unfairly. They racist and they on coke too. Now, how does one find themselves? I know she got a lot of personality, but it's the bootlicking that stands out to me the most. Yes, Liv. It turns out my cousin invited me to pay for my own drinks, so I declined. 'Cause what kind of girl would I be? You know, what kind of girl would I be? I'm finna get dressed, get cute, and then pay for. She know better than this. She know how to wine and dine a lady. Cause I would never do her like that. If I text her at the 11th hour and say, you want to go? No, I've done that before. No, but I say, do you want to meet? No. No, it's the way you word it, I suppose. If I say, let's go have drinks, then that means let us meet up somewhere and grab a libation and enjoy it together. But if I just text you out the blue and I'm like, you want to go and have drinks at Storm and Crabs? I don't know, something in my mind. You know what it was? It's because earlier she was telling me that in the next 3 months, her goal is to acquire a titanium Amex. She wants a titanium Amex because her bestie has one. And when they left the Jeezy concert and they were at the airport, her friend swiped out that Amex and then they went into the lounge and she said, I realized that I haven't been doing life right. And she said, so I'm going to get it in the next 3 months. And she said, and when I do, just be prepared. I'm going to whip that bitch out so quick. And I said, and make sure it's at a restaurant over drinks. But she was just saying she loved me and her inner circle so much. She can't wait till she get on so that she can ball out on us. So this is literally what she was saying earlier. So when she texts me and was like, you want to go get drinks? I'm thinking, bitch, that means you got your Amex way sooner. Whip that bitch out on me. But no, she talking. I said, I'm not going to spend money. It's not my spending money month. And she was like, mine either, but I wanted to go spend irresponsibly and I wanted someone to do with me. You better call my mama then, because I'm not doing it. Mm-mm. My coins literally be counted down and allocated to the T. And I do have a little treat yourself turn up fee, but this month of January, no, 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 I don't have one of those. This month, we go sober. We do without taxes and all kind of. Drink what, girl? I got Hennessy at the house. We got cocktails at the house. Anyways, sure, I'll read on Nene. I would actually prefer reading on her than reading on ASAP Nim because I don't think it's nothing to it for him poking at Drake, other than it's easy promotion. All right. So Nene is back at Mass's house. And I actually was so curious about that because I wanted to see just how much boot did she lick to get back in there. The upper hand she had to give them people after the way she smeared them and then went crawling back. You think I wouldn't stick out my whole foot and tell her to get the cleaning? With your mouth. I would look down upon her while I descended, while my foot ascended. I mean, descended down her throat. Sure woulda. Sure woulda. Oh, you want back? Rub me with oil. You guys, listen, I randomly say things and I promise they come from a movie or a song. That came from this movie called Year One with, is his name Jack Black and what's the guy, the skinny guy from Superbad, the other funny one, the dorky funny one. They played in this movie called Year One that my ex-husband put me on about the first year of Earth. Listen, it is one of the funniest mother sucking movies. Please, if you've never seen Year One, it is hilarious. Oh my God, if you have that kind of sense of humor. Because I also like things like Sausage Party, The Interview. The Interview is another great one. Oh, so freaking funny. Okay. Nene Links. Massa said you can come on in the house, but not for free, not for nothing. You know how Massa likes his boot ball shined. Get to shining, girl. Anyways, that's all she might know from being in Georgia. You know, if you exposed to that Jim Crow Georgia, all you might know is I's got to do with Massa C. My God. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Nene Lanithia Leaks Cohen. Because at this point, you is Andy's son. Spirit, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, soul, and collective energy of Nene Leaks, Lanithia Leaks. Compel her to speak her soul's truth, keeping absolutely nothing hidden from me. Nene. Talk to me about your new accomplishment. Talk to me about your new business venture with Bravo. After you guys' history, after the way you left the show, the franchise, after the legal battle, after the blasting them, you now are back at Bravo. If this is an accomplishment for you, then congratulations. But how did this come about? How were you able to smooth out your relationship with Bravo? And will this lead to continued, renewed, favorable relationships with you and Bravo? You heard what I said, sissy. I said Nene Lanithia Leaks Cohen. I said because at this point, she's Andy's son. I said what I said. In the wise words of Leaks Cohen. See, I could go toe to toe with Nene. All I would do is call her Andy's son. That's it. I think that would make her seed. I would call her Andy's firstborn son. I sure would. I sure would. I would say, girl, you look just like your daddy, Andy. And for a moment, she was calling out Andy for cocaine. But what season was that? That season that they had that pajama party or something, and everybody was all beefed up in cocaine and fighting each other. I think that was her cocaine era because she had got in good with Andy then. And you know they gonna treat you once they let you in. They introduce you to all the vices. That's how they get you. They introduce you to vices, and you think you be partying with them, but this ain't a vice for them. They mamas grew up popping pills and stuff, so this isn't a vice for them. They could do this. You get a taste of new fame and new money and introduced to the parties and thinking you one of them. And now you doing lines off the table. And next thing you know, you losing opportunities because you got the big head and you can't do what they do. Anyways. All right, present position. Death. Death and afterbirth. Death, afterbirth. This is Nene, the Pope, because everybody thinks she made Bravo. So she's the Pope of Bravo. But even Bravo, even the Pope, has to bow before death when he comes on his pale horse. This card means Pope, mother, child, man, everybody has to die. So everybody has to die or has to bow to death. No matter how great, no matter how regular you are. No matter if you're a baby, everybody does. So in order for Nene to come back, she has to come back the way everybody does, and that's humbled, in my opinion. This is Andy, the great white hope. This is Nene. Please, Master, please take me back. And this is him getting ready to descend his foot down her throat like I said I would do. I'm telling you, I can't make this up. That's what you do when you're in a position of power and one of your slaves thought they was going to be Harriet, but realized they ain't made like Harriet, so now they want to come back. Yes. But all you got to do is get down and lay down, and sure, we'll let you come back. I wonder what she had to do. This isn't a sorry, and I'll forgive you. Challenge is Three of Wands, discovery. I wonder what came up in discovery in their legal thing, or if they even got to that point. We know that their case was settled, but it just came up one day and Nene was like, I won or something like that. I don't think that everything that came up, that Nene in her trying to fight them legally, I don't think that, listen, when she filed a lawsuit against them, they also get to do discovery and things like that. I don't think it was as clean for Nene trying to throw dirt on Bravo and NBC. So I think they had their own dirt to use against her. And I don't think she won. I think she won a personal victory. I still think it was settled. And I don't think that it would have looked good for either party had it gone any farther than it did. And I think she knew that. I also think they blackballed her. In the past position, Nene had a lot of her peers that are still on the network campaigning for her. And I'm not even going to say all of them just volunteered it. I think she leaned on a lot of them to do that big one for her. She was depending on them to help her. So she was using her resources to campaign for her. Also the general public, campaigning for her. But whenever conversations about her and Bravo would come up in the blogs, she would always speak favorably about a return one day. And that would inflame her fans to then be like, Bravo, please. So she knew how to put pressure on her resources to help her. In her near future, she will be happy as a hog. Happy as a hog. This lady, this is wish fulfillment. All she ever wanted was to be back. Be back on Bravo. However, the relationship is not the same as it was with her and the network. Her contract ain't the same, and their relationship still ain't the same. All right. It's a whole fucking family reunion out there. My nieces are out there, so my mama ex-husband over here, because whenever the kids are here, he'll come over here. My mama here. My sister probably gonna be over here. Dio mio. All right. In my opinion, the network is never going to forget. So, Nene, I don't see you ever getting back to queen status anymore. And if you do, I can't imagine what you'd have to do for that. Nini, your advice is to get in there and not attempt to be this, even though, in my opinion, this is her near future. So whether she says it or not, she's already back in her old mindset of it's my show. Whether she says it or not, she's already thinking about how she can get back into the number one spot and make everything about her. Your advice, Nini, is to not do that. And even if you're thinking that way, it's okay to set that goal for yourself. It's okay for that to be what you're really working towards. But overtly, what people can see, it's your advice to be cooperative and be grateful to be back and just play your position. Start very humble. That's your advice. Play your position. Don't do too much. External to her, this is her and Portia. Or is this her and her boyfriend? Her and her boyfriend, if this is her and her boyfriend, Yoni or whatever his name is, they're both pleased about her being back on the network. If this is her and Portia, then they're both pleased about her being back on the network. That feels to me more like her man, though. Portia falls in line with here. But Portia also was the number one person campaigning for her. Ain't no telling what Portia had to do. Hopes and fears is Nene hopes that all the drama between all the stuff that she said about them is water under the bridge. She hopes that they can get past it. For real, for real. The Empress, she may become the Queen of Queens again on Bravo. She may end up with her own show again. She has a new man. She's had a lot to catch up on. So that's how Nene can humbly work her way up. Is because she has a lot for her fans to catch up on. People are going to want to be able to catch up on everything that they've missed with her. It's negative 20 degrees here. Oh my God. Oh my God, Chicago. Y'all okay? I can't imagine. Oh my goodness. I don't leave the house and it's 36 degrees here. I skip the gym and everything. If it's 36 degrees, it's not that now. Oh, I'm so sorry for you guys. Please be safe and warm. All right, Nene, she shows up as the Empress. So, Queen Nene, that hurts my heart for you. Ooh. Again, I am wondering what took place behind the scene for her to become the Empress again, but there's something going on behind the scene. She can never, ever, ever go after them again. I know that much. No matter what, she can. This almost makes me feel like no matter what we do to you, you can never go after us legally again. Let me look at that High Priestess in reverse, because that gives me, we might take you through there then. Nine of Cups. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Nene, the problem is because you approached them because you were desperate. So even though you will work your way back up to having some prominence on Bravo, this is how we will see you. Whatever this is that you got going on with them behind the scenes that restricts you, it's because you continue to court them because you needed money when you should have stood on business. So whatever you get, even though you will get your job, this is wish fulfillment. You want it to go back to Bravo. I don't think everything is as it will appear to the public. It'll appear that Nene is back, but behind the scenes, because you groveled back and they knew you needed them so desperately, this is desperation here. Ain't no telling what this is that you had to do. Ain't no telling. Oh, thank you, JD. Ain't no telling. Let me look at that Knight of Cups. Makes me think of your man. Makes me think of your man. I'm just going to say that someone like Andy, his get back might be something like, you want to come back? Are you bringing Yoni with you? He's handsome. How about we have dinner at my house tonight and talk about it, the three of us? Then you guys are having dinner. And Andy, knowing how desperate you are, makes a move, makes a play. It's not only his preference, but it's also a buck breaking you and him. You want back? Let me get your man about you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How bad you want back? Let me take your man, bitch. I because this gives me Nene being in a bind, Nate. This gives me, ooh, this is a Knight of Cups. Ooh, hey there. And then external to Nene's situation is her relationship. Let me look at that Two of Cups to see if Andy. Andy. Now this could be Portia and Nene or Portia and her man, but this is definitely Andy. Giving her an opportunity. Despite all the things she said. So that could be Portia and not her man. I think it's Portia. But this High Priestess, I need to see, what is this High Priestess? What is that funny business? I'm not sure. This isn't her having to unalive someone, obviously, but for a new opportunity. Seven of Cups on the show, storyline. Something about legalities. Nene is practically a slave, it looks like, in some kind of way. So Spirit, have they completely forgiven Nene, and are they having like a fresh start to their relationship and letting it be water under the bridge? I don't know about a fresh start, and this ain't water under the bridge. This is a fresh start with fresh feelings, but this is a fresh start, and we can put the feelings to the side for now. No, 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 no. Them men, those executive men, they'll never let this go. But they know how to get money. So they will put their emotions to the side for now, even though they ain't forgot, because it's time to get money. She's good for the network. I believe that it was settled. The case was settled. And then they allowed her to come out as if she won. Clean and pure. But I think it was a settlement. And No. It's not water under the bridge. The bridge is flipped upside down and the water is still up. So it's still up and stuck, but they're going to get this money. And Nene, you better be very careful because the more opportunities they give you, the more opportunities they have to exploit you. You know, they give you a show. Now you are solely responsible for entertaining us with however many episodes you have. And so you'll have to be exploited. So I hope that this break that you had, that you used it to grow and evolve, because you're going to get what you want. You're going to get exactly what you want, but at what cost? And it might not be a cost to you because you already shown that you're desperate for that life. May not seem like a cost to you, but you be very careful, Nene, because they have not forgotten. And the only reason you're back is because you're good for the goose and you're good for the gander. But they have not forgotten. And I just feel the need to make sure that you are aware of that. All right, now I'm going to go because I'm getting a headache and I'm hungry. All right, and I want to go and love on the girls a little bit. So I'll catch up with you guys on Sunday. This was fun. Love you for real this time. Bye. I can't ever just end it when I want to.